you need to know.
Enough said.
Oh, hey, there we go. Notification. We're live.
What is Crossroad? I mean, like, what is it? I don't.
Story of Robert Johnson in his lost.
Okay.
16th track.
Who does Ralph Macchio play?
About the man who invented rock and roll, Robert Johnson.
Yeah, our audio's on.
Yeah, got that.
With the ending guitar.
All right. So you guys don't know this, but this is our second time through. So we are live yet again for the real.
You could have
for the
just
real
lied
deal.
to them.
Real
They would
deal?
have. They would have never known.
Yeah, I already called ourselves out in the chat. So we're good. Hey everyone, I'm Josh. This is Toni,
I'm Toni.
who's never seen the Crossroads with Ralph Macchio Sanchez.
Or Outsiders.
Or
Or
yeah.
The Outsiders.
Really? Wow. That's the movie?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Jamie Gertz.
I love her though. Okay, I'll watch it now for her.
You have to watch it.
She's beautiful. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll rectify this immediately. So
a
sorry.
little back information on what's going on right now. We had a technical glitch and we were not live. And
We were
just
talking for
we were
15
going for
minutes.
A while. So we're gonna kind of speed run through some of this because we've kind of talked about it already, but not really with you guys. So sorry about that. We are here to talk about Star Trek because the Star Trek Las Vegas convention was this weekend.
It was.
And I wanted to go, but I didn't go.
Shut up!
And now there's people talking in the background because we're all.
Shut your mouth!
Sorry. We're still talking
We are
about
on a
Macchio.
crazy train now. So, question to the audience: what's your favorite Ralph Macchio movie? Is it The Karate Kid 1?
It's My Cousin Vinny.
Karate Kid 2,
My Cousin Vinny.
or Crossroads?
And if you mention any of the Karate Kid movies, it needs to be number 2. Okay? It's the only.
Number 3.
My cousin Vinny
Ew.
is obviously the right answer.
Crossroads.
Or Crossroads. Or the episode he was in of Entourage where they went to the Playboy Mansion.
What?
No, any of those.
He's had a long storied career that I'm unaware of. I'm so sorry, Ralph Macchio. So sorry.
So.
What were we talking about? About the Star Trek?
Yeah, I don't know where we had left off, but we're gonna start over from the beginning again.
Brent Spiner!
Yeah, the first thing we're gonna talk about is Brent Spiner as Data.
Yes.
So, you saw him in the trailer.
I did.
What do you think? Is he Data? Is he a hologram of Data? Is he B4 or something different? Something else? What's going on?
It could be a
His
dream.
eyes look better too.
They do look a lot better. Honestly, it could be a dream sequence. Could be him on the
I don't-
holodeck. Could be.
I'm going with the holodeck.
Yeah. I mean, it could be any number of things. But if he's talking about, like, I've been trying to basically resurrect Data, I see no reason why this can't be a dream sequence. Maybe this is the very first scene of the entire series and how it all kicks off. And,
I don't
like,
know,
his
'cause
whole,
there's-
like, driving motivation is just to, like, bring back this dude that sacrificed himself for him. So,
So in the trailer, we see Alison Pill's character,
Yes.
who is a researcher of some kind. We don't know what kind of researcher. She opens a drawer, and there is an android body in there.
Yeah.
We are looking at it like we can see the blast wounds there on his back. Like he looks like he's been through some sort of damage.
Okay.
So I would assume, like, originally I was thinking that this was B4. But now looking at it again, I'm thinking that this is Data's body.
after the explosion in Nemesis?
After the explosion in Nemesis.
Wasn't that explosion something that, like, vaporized him?
That's what you would have thought. But, I mean, look at his back. Unless B4 was also in an accident, down on his back, you can see...
Possible.
it's
Or
dark,
this could be a completely different third android body.
that got blown up somewhere else.
Or-
Well, there's already 3 android
I mean,
bodies.
if they're just an android body that's still trying to, like, figure out how to be Data, like, yeah, like,
I mean,
if they're
I
trying to
suppose-
test him out.
I suppose it could be... it could be lore.
We could also be looking at
Because
shadows, because where you're saying that there's blaster wound, what are you looking at?
Oh, on the looking at the screen on the left.
Okay.
Like right around his shoulders.
All right.
Like see how it looks damaged. Also on the right, up by his hand.
Uh-huh.
There's also what looks like damage there.
I mean, that could be anything from just, lighting. I mean, to be honest,
I don't know. That doesn't look like lighting to me. But even look at his legs. Like his legs look like they've been kind of through hell too.
that could be the lighting, because the makeup, I mean, I know that they probably just can't paint somebody straight gold like you would in Goldfinger, but I really feel
I'm pretty sure those are fake body parts.
I know, but I'm saying that like it could be an attempt at shading that now just sort of looks like, oh, is that battle damage, or is that what I mean?
Maybe I don't.
So I don't know.
I don't know.
It's not impossible. Your theory isn't impossible, but I don't want to get my hopes up.
The line in the trailer at this point, he's talking about he says Data by name. So
okay.
And this is also before we get the reveal of Data and him talking and playing poker at the end.
Yes.
So it's possible that is Data's body, and that they've been trying to repair it.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible that something did happen before, and so now the body's just in there. It's possible that that's Lore's body, because the last time we saw Lore, he was disassembled, I think. So there's all kinds of possibilities. Right now, the most prevailing theory online right now is that the Data that we see is a hologram, which is
not impossible.
Which is entirely possible based on
it could be a simulation, whether or not they're trying to piece together his consciousness.
Right, like there's
if that's possible, don't know.
There's definitely the possibility that they downloaded the information from his brain and recreated him in a holographic form. We know from the Doctor in Voyager that holograms can be extremely, extremely complex.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we're in the future, ish from from Voyager, Starfleet has that mobile hologram technology that the Doctor had in Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
So there's all kinds of things that they could do. So we just don't know yet. It's just going to be theories until we actually have some sort of definitive answer from them.
Just sit here with my theories, son.
Yeah, I don't know which one is any more valid. I don't think any of them are any less valid than the others.
I think it's fun that we can sit here and just speculate wildly. But I don't think that Brent Spiner is going to be a minor character.
Yeah, I know he's not going to be in every episode.
No, but I think he will be very present.
I think he will have a definitive thing.
Use your words.
Like he'll presence. I don't think presence is the right word. He will have a big
impact.
There
you go.
On
Okay.
Picard somehow.
Okay.
It's been a long
I
couple of
know.
weeks.
It's okay, but we're here now. Are
Anyway.
we on the air? Do we know that for sure?
We're officially
Can we
on the air.
confirm?
We are.
Can
we
confirm?
See, Edward Sanchez says hi.
Hey, man. What's
And
going on?
WWE Master says hello.
What's up, man?
So let's move on to Frakes. Jonathan Frakes announced that he's shooting his big scene this coming up week.
Did he say the big scene, as in there's only one, or?
Well, he said big scenes.
Okay.
I believe it was plural. We don't know how many episodes he's in either though. So he could be making a couple appearances around. He might only be in one episode. Like I mentioned before when we were talking about this off the air, on the air, off the air. I think he's going to be having a discussion with Picard about what course of action Picard should take.
Or what he can do.
What he can do within the Starfleet system from outside the Starfleet system.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we know that Picard is with non-Starfleet personnel, so we don't really know what's going on there.
Is Picard gone rogue?
I mean, sort of
Yeah,
rogue. I think.
Sort of.
I don't know.
Oh my God, he's so hot.
We also know that Troy is going to be in the show.
She's
but
so hot.
We have absolutely no idea what she's doing either. Yeah, I don't know. This is the show that I'm most excited to see. Like
I am too.
Out of everything, is like we were talking about this earlier. I don't think you were here. I recently finished The Boys on.
Yeah. Oh no, you didn't tell me that, but
So I watched The Boys on Amazon. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. But now, like this coming up season, there's nothing really that I'm excited for. Carnival Row looks like it's okay.
Yeah.
I was at the press conference at Comic-Con and I was like,
It's a thing.
Hey.
It's a show.
Like I think it's going to be good, but from the press conference, it was just
Yeah.
kind of boring. I know we're supposed to be getting a trailer for it sometime in the next couple of weeks. Is at the Grove in LA. They're doing like a pop-up thing,
Okay.
but that has absolutely
Could be
nothing to do with
cool.
Star Trek.
Yeah. Nothing.
But
it's illustrating
yeah,
the fact
yeah.
that you don't really have a whole lot to be
Yeah,
excited
there's-
about.
yeah, there's-
other than this.
Westworld coming back. I'm kind of excited for that, but after season 2, I'm like, I didn't really like season 2 all that much.
Too picky.
We already know who has better taste here, and
Discerning.
it's me.
He's discerning.
So I don't know. Looking forward to this and Discovery moving into the 32nd century, which is something that I just realized saying it out loud now and looking at it on my screen here. The 32nd century is the inverse of the 23rd century.
Oh, look at that.
Right?
It's adorable.
I don't know if that means anything or not.
No.
It's far enough in the future that we can play.
They also announced at Star Trek Las Vegas that they would be that at the very beginning of Discovery they'll be addressing who's taking over as captain on the ship. I don't know whether it's going to be someone that's on the ship or someone from Starfleet in the future. We'll just have to wait and see. Again, it would be cool. You haven't seen Discovery, right?
No, not yet. I'm
Yeah.
still trying to catch up on everything. I'm
Call
so
yourself
sorry.
a Star Trek fan.
Shut up!
I'm
don't have the
assuming
time
it's
right
Doug
now.
Jones' character, Saru.
Who? I'm sorry. Doug-
Saru, played by Doug Jones.
Oh, I love him.
Everyone knows who that is.
He's been the second in command.
Yeah. No, I've seen bits and pieces. I just haven't sat myself down to watch
Yeah.
the whole thing yet.
Now you're
That's
gonna
all
have
you
to.
need. It's not good.
Shut up!
Again, people with better taste. So we also know from Comic-Con from the trailer that Picard is going to premiere in the first quarter of 2020, which means anytime between January and
January,
April.
March. Like, okay, cool.
I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna be
March.
Like March.
Yeah. Spring break.
Third season of Discovery, sometime later in 2020. Again, I'm going to assume the fall,
Sometime later.
just because it makes sense.
After
to be in the
Labor
fall.
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's no date yet for Lower Decks, the animated series from the Rick and Morty guys, but I'm also really excited to see what that happens.
Now, that's completely on the...
CBS All Access.
all right. So
Right.
there's going to be no TV premieres for any of these guys.
So Discovery premiered on CBS before it went to
Yes.
CBS All Access, and they've been showing the first episode on YouTube. So I'd imagine that all these others might do the same thing to try and pull in the audience, but actually watching it, you'll need CBS All Access. The only thing that you won't need CBS All Access for is the Nickelodeon show.
Okay.
Because
But
it's
we
gonna
don't
be on
have any
Nickelodeon.
details on that yet.
No details on that yet, except that it's going to be a show aimed at kids on Nickelodeon.
I like it.
Let's see, what else do we have here? Anson Mount on a Pike
Yeah,
series.
Pike,
he
Pike,
is open
Pike.
to it. He will do it if they offer it to him, but he has absolutely no idea whether or not that's even something that's being discussed. He said that there's
Do
a
it.
lot of things going on
Do
with
it.
the Star Trek franchise over at CBS, and that there are many, many things above his pay grade and outside of his realm of knowledge that could affect that, and that he knows as much as everyone else does. Whether that's just a line,
Yeah.
or whether that's
I'm like,
actually something that he's saying.
you're an actor. You lie for a living. Don't lie to me right now to my face.
I mean, it's like
How dare
Brent
you?
Spiner saying that he's only been in scenes with Picard so far. He is like, maybe he knows more, maybe he doesn't. We don't know
Okay.
how secretive they're being with this.
Okay.
The executive producers have said that Picard is going to be a mix of the tone of TNG,
Okay.
which I really enjoyed after the
I
first two
love.
seasons.
Yeah, I'm a next
Because
gen
the
girl.
first two seasons were
They're slow. They are slow.
not great. And
If you can get
but-
past that first episode, you're golden. I promise you.
But I also really enjoyed Discovery. I like the tonal difference. It's a different show for a different type of person.
Yeah.
And like if you're expecting the camp type stuff that you gotta have TNG and DS9 and Voyager, that's not what the show. That's not
it's
what the show is,
not.
and that's fine. It's a different type. It's like the difference between the original Lost in Space and the new Lost in Space. They're going after a different audience, but also trying to get the Star Trek audience in on it. Which I don't see anything wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's
room for everybody.
different people like different things. That's why we're getting a Rick and Morty style.
There's so many
Star Trek
things.
show.
We were talking about this when we were on the air, off the air, like whether or not there's like a possibility of fatigue for Star Trek, but it's also like all of this is so different from each other. And the only shows
Right.
that really have any similarity, Picard and Discovery. Those are the
Yeah,
only ones. Everything
and
else is so different.
But there's also like within the Star Trek universe, I don't know whether there's going to be any crossover or not. Like Picard probably won't have any crossover with Discovery because it's so far in the future.
It'll probably, if anything, just a lot of
Thank God.
TNG folks coming back, which
Yeah.
is awesome. Yes, please.
So is there anyone specifically from TNG that we haven't heard from that you would want to see on Picard? Like random characters.
No, I'd love to see the Crushers. I'd love to see the Crushers.
From the back of the room, the guy who doesn't like Discovery would like to see Wesley Crusher, the character that several people hated from the original show.
You mean the character that the Next Generation was based around?
Oh wow, that's
I
horribly wrong.
I understand why people didn't like Wesley.
Wow.
But I didn't mind him that much.
No,
and
I
like Will Wheaton. I think it would be
Wesley.
really cool. I think it would be really cool to see Will Wheaton come back to see what he's done since traveling around with the Traveler.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would love to see the entire cast back, but I
we
mean,
briefly
definitely
saw
the
him
Crushers are.
We briefly saw Wesley Crusher in the movie with where Riker and Troy got married in the very
Yes.
beginning. Like he was
Yes.
just up there. So we don't know
Was
what's
that
going on
Nemesis?
with him.
No, that wasn't Nemesis.
I think that was Nemesis.
Was it really? Nemesis wasn't a good time for me, so I may be blocking that
My
out
question:
a lot.
when we see Klingons, are they going to look like the Discovery Klingons, or are they going to look like
Next
the,
TNG?
like the TNG
Like Worf?
Klingons? Yeah,
They will.
I'm assuming they'll look like
my
the TNG
preference.
Klingons.
I want TNG Klingon.
Well,
I want Worf. Where's Worf? Let's bring.
My-
I think Worf is the dude that needs to
He's
be
been
on
all
this show.
Yeah, he's been in everything.
Bring him back.
My assumption is that they'll look like him only because we know that from Enterprise that there was that retrovirus that affected all of them, and they all look different. We know that they were because of one of the characters on Discovery. We know that they were experimenting to make Klingons look human.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we know from DS9 that some of the Klingons that looked human in the original series were
Modified.
fixed.
Yeah.
Like they
Surgically?
they got their Klingons look back. So there's no reason that they can't explain in universe
Yeah.
why they look different. It's people are just too like bitchy about that kind of thing and don't allow the shows to actually explain away what's going on.
Yeah, I think if you get too caught up with, I mean, obviously there were limitations in terms of like effects, makeup,
Right.
and whatnot. And hey, it's science fiction. Give me a semi-plausible answer, and I will eat that shit up. And that's
Yeah.
all I need.
That's all that matters. And then I don't think there was really much else out of Star Trek.
No, I mean
there was a lot of information that came
Yeah.
out of Star Trek Las Vegas, but there wasn't a whole lot of
Breaking news.
big breaking news.
Yeah. Well, Star Trek. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's more of a fan celebration event rather than an actual.
We got a thing here in the chat. We've got Timothy Adams who says that Crusher was in Nemesis and his scene was cut. So I do remember seeing that from the outtakes, I guess, or from like a director's cut.
Yeah.
And he says that the Klingons should look like they do in DS9, which I completely agree with because it's already been established in somewhat recent history that that's what they look like in that time period, and there's no reason why they should look any different in that time period. We had never seen the Klingons in the era that Discovery takes place in. So
Yeah.
and they're like a weird religious cult where most of the people that we saw. So it's fine.
I just don't want them to look like Kelvin Klingons.
Yeah, but even that can be explained away.
And that's just a preference,
because-
just on terms of pure
Yeah.
aesthetic
That's
reasons.
racist.
Shut up!
Like the thing. The great thing about science fiction and fantasy shows is that anything can be explained away in a universe for why things look the way they do or don't look the way they do. But because of our snafu, we are basically out of time.
We're out of time, guys.
So
sorry.
I want to come back and start doing the sci-fi show again.
Yeah, man.
Because I like
Sci-fi's
talking about this stuff. And
By the way, I did
And
because
what?
you mentioned
What?
Star Trek the motion picture. 'Cause
yes.
it is
that is the thing. Before we go, sorry, I'm gonna cut you off.
Go
there.
for it.
Fathom Events in September is bringing the Star Trek the motion picture back to theaters for 2 days. I have been given 5 pairs of tickets
Wow.
to give away for the screenings.
Okay.
It doesn't matter where you are as long as you're in the United States and you have a Regal cinema that is nearby you.
Okay.
Those are the only. I don't know whether Hawaii and Alaska will work, but I will find out. But if you are interested at all in going to see Star Trek: The Motion Picture, stay tuned here at that hashtag show. We will announce how we are doing the giveaway. We'll say next week.
Okay. Sounds
we
good.
also want to thank Neft, our sponsor. I was chugging some of this before the show. Not really. But
Is that really vodka in a can?
This is really vodka in a can.
Oh, thank you.
It's a barrel. It's a barrel.
Oh, thank you. No.
This is a
Look
premium,
away!
It's a premium vodka that you can you find that in the stores now, or is it just at bars?
It's available at all Bristol Farms and Lazy Acre locations.
It's available at all Bristol Farms and Lazy Acre locations.
That's straight paint thinner.
All right,
I'm
Timothy
very
Adams,
excited.
Find us on Facebook. Go to THS hashtaggers, and you can also go to thathashtagshow.com, and we will announce what we're doing for the giveaway there. It will definitely be something Star Trek based. And before we go, what were you saying about Star Trek: The Motion
No,
Picture?
I was just gonna say like the movie has like a bad reputation for being like really slow, but it is a
it came out in
gorgeous
1980.
movie. But it's a gorgeous movie. It really is beautiful. It's amazing. It really is just visually, and the music. Jerry Goldsmith is
Yeah, it's-
fantastic.
Like there are a lot of weird things with that movie.
Yeah.
A lot of weird
Yeah.
things with that movie, but
But
like,
it's if
yeah.
you love like especially like sci-fi from like what is it 79? Yeah, like
Yeah.
late 70s, early 80s sci-fi. You need
Like,
that's
I mean,
the movie.
I rewatched Tron like a few years ago, the original Tron.
Yeah, if
and
you can get through
that was-
Tron,
that
you can
was
get through
slow-
this
that was
movie
slow
just
as
fine.
fuck, too. But I mean, this movie, there's an 8-minute like porno shot of the Enterprise. So
Yeah.
it's great. Anyway, we will be back next week with more sci-fi stuff. I don't know what we'll be talking about, but it'll be something.
Something sciencey
Something
and
sciencey.
fictional.
Maybe Tony will be back. Maybe,
Maybe.
it'll be Shay. We'll see.
I don't know.
But for now, again, subscribe to us here on YouTube. Find us on Facebook at THS Hashtaggers or on the web at thathashtagshow.com.
Correct.
Yeah, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
That's how I know it. Yeah.
So we will see you guys next time. And live long and prosper. Can you do the thing?
I can't do the thing.
I can't.
I actually have a dog named Spock, and I taught him how to high five doing this, and so every time I do this to him, he high
I
fives
can't.
me.
I've broken my middle finger, so I think that might affect my ability to do that.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, you can turn us off while we're doing this.